everyone, how's it going? I'm happy and proud because today I have with me India's safest vehicle, the first full-size 7-seater SUV that got 5-star rating by global NCAP, Mahindra's XUV700. The car has been a massive hit ever since it has been launched, and one of the biggest reasons is that it is available in 23 variants, the base model MX starting from 12.95 to the top variant AXL diesel automatic that is around 23.79 lakh rupees, which basically means there is a variant of different powertrain seating options available for almost everyone. This one is top variant for automatic petrol with luxury packs, of course. So let's have a closer look at this one. I really like the looks of the car, especially when you see the face, the grills and the new logo enhances the visual appeal of the car. The C-shaped dual LED headlamps look really nice to me. And when you look at this car from the side, it does remind you of the XUV700. But as soon as your attention is drawn towards the 18-inch alloy wheels, I think it looks extremely stunning. This one is obviously longer and wider than the XUV700, so the lines of the car sit really neatly. I really like how it looks. It looks very sharp, and especially the bonnet curve here. I like it. The rear might not be the best angle to look at the car from, especially this panel right here with the logo. It seems like an afterthought, and this is all hard plastic. But when it comes to functionality, I know that the lights do an amazing job. So functionality wise, it's pretty good. Now this is a 7-seater, so I'm not expecting a lot of boot space in the car, and there isn't much. I mean, it's I expected more, but maybe a suitcase, but you can just fit a bag or two. Although it's a 7-seater, if you want more space, you can very easily pull it and pull the seats, the third row, and make more space for your weekend travels if there are less people. It's very convenient. Alright, let's see how the third row is to sit. There's just one button for tug and roll. It's pretty easy and convenient to get in and out of this car for sure. Let's look at the space. Tuck it back in. So I'm 5 feet 7 inches and I fit just about right in this car. There is no leg or head space. It's just apt for this. If I want to relax a bit, it's gonna be a problem, but I think I can sit here for an hour or so, not for very long and comfortable rides, but kids would be comfortable. I think 2 kids can sit here nice and easy. There are 2 cup holders on the side. You can fit a 200 ml bottle. Very important, AC vents at the back, because 7-seater, you do need an AC vent. We've got Sony speaker here as well. Obviously, this is the top variant, so it has few nice features here at the back as well. Alright, let's see how easy it is to get out. Seems okay. The second row seems comfortable and spacious. There is enough headroom, leg room. There's an armrest in the middle, although the cup holders are not too deep, but that's okay. I think 3 people can sit comfortably. I mean, not very lazily, but it's comfort. The panel here is a little intrusive, but it's fine. You've got your charger, your AC vents, and from the back as well, you can shift it and make more room for your knee space just with a click of button. But I don't think you'll do that if there is a passenger in the front, so but I think it's enough. You can fill in 1-liter bottles on the door handles as well, so the car has nice and decent space. The leather upholstery looks really nice, feels premium. There's Isofix seat clamps here for kids safety. There are 3 seat belts, which is pretty nice. Safety is top notch on this car. I'll get to it in a bit because there's a long list of safety features. Now my 2 most favorite features of the car, and that's because I haven't seen it in a car of this segment. The door handles, they're pretty sleek and cool, right? It's automatic. I mean, I don't know about the durability, but it looks very, very cool. And the seat is making space for me to get in, which is pretty cool, right? And as soon as I close the door, it automatically goes back to the last setting that I set it at. Also, some of the high-end features that only top-end cars have, this one has it too. You can set your driver's seat from these panels here, and it has memory function, which means it remembers the last setting that I have. I find this feature very, very cool and convenient. You've got this glass panel right in front of you, which looks really, really nice. And the cabin space is really nice. It's very spacious. You have long windows. The steering wheel looks pretty nice. It's got all leatherette, soft leather here. These panels are hard plastic though. It's fine, I think, at this price especially. Let's look at the glove compartment box. It's space. There's some space for your files and other phone accessories, etc. separately. I love the upholstery on the seat. Although the thigh support is not so much, but I think it's decent. There are 2 cup holders right here. It's not very deep, but I think it's fine. We don't carry our coffees. We drink 3 at home and leave. You get wireless charging point here. You can keep your phone here as well. So there are 2 points for you to keep your phone. There's a USB charger, 2 USB chargers here, and you've got this rotary dial which has an option to return to the menu, your music, your favorites. You can make calls. It's easy. The armrest has decent space. You've got a key holder. It's decent. It's not very deep. You can keep small things in here. But what I don't like is there are too many buttons running here on the console, and the quality of the switches are also not the best. I mean, the switches and the controls on the steering wheel as well, not the best, not premium, but they're decent. I mean, they're pretty nice. But this is a top variant, so I was expecting a little bit more, but this is fine. It looks good. The space is nice, it's relaxed, it's fresh interiors. Although there is no ambient lighting, but I mean, it's okay. Also, the rear view mirror is not the best. There is this SOS button here, which is new in this SUV. I have not seen it in other ones. You can keep your sunglasses here. This is nice. You have a holder here as well. Also, what we Indians are crazy about, there is so much fight, and this car does justice to it. It's the panoramic sunroof. It's really, really nice. It goes all the way till back. This car has a lot of segment first features, you know, and this is what is giving Mahindra an edge over the other car makers in the country, of course. Now let's look at the tech on this car, and I want to start with the digital instrumental cluster here, and I'll start with check tire direction because I really like this. Like, see, my tires are not straight, and now I know that they are, because usually when I had to do it while parking and I didn't have this feature, I had to get down and look at the tire, which was obviously inconvenient. But this one is pretty nice. Fuel efficiency, the average on this petrol is 8.9, which could be a little disappointing. You get all these information here. Let me go back. Okay, this is not the best, but alert history, settings. Now you have driver assist, AFE auto research, passenger airbag, blind view monitoring, drowsiness detection like I told you. Let's switch it on and off. It's on. Tire fill assist, it's on. Clock type, factory reset. Okay, I know driver assist. I'll show you driver assistance while I drive, but to get an idea, it has adaptive cruise control, auto emergency brake, lane keep assist, smart pilot assist, high beam assist, traffic sign recognition. So it has a lot of safety features. Now let's look at the infotainment system. You have options. If you drop down, you have your SOS. Like I mentioned, the button is right here. SOS, road assistance, valet mode, notifications, help, radio, USB, Bluetooth, iPod. So many options to choose from. You have all your apps, your automatic climate control, surround view. Let's look at the camera particularly because the resolutions are pretty nice, and you have like a 360-degree camera, right? So I can park it however I want. I'll just show you. You got your Android Auto, Apple CarPlay, radio, music, applications. Just too much going on here. You have so many options. In diesel option, this is petrol. In diesel, you actually have driving modes, so you can choose the different kinds of driving modes that you want. The petrol doesn't have, so can't show that to you. These knobs are not my favorite, but the functionality is decent. They're not the best quality, but fine, I can make do with it. The 360-degree camera, this got button. I mean, there's too much happening here. It's too clustered. When I can do it from the screen, I necessarily don't need a button, and I don't know what this one does. It's just a dummy button. Okay, now I don't get one thing. This panel. Why? I mean, I can't see it, so it doesn't bother me, but for you it might be a big problem. For you it might be a big problem, because when I would see this car from outside, I was like, why? Nonetheless. Alright, let's drive this one. Seatbelt on. This one is 2-liter turbocharged petrol engine that puts out 197 bhp of power and 380 Nm of torque, which is so cool, right? And the pickup is nice. This is a petrol version, so I don't hear a knocking sound from the engine. It's very nice. The petrol engine is extremely refined. I love driving this car, be it tight spaces in city traffic or long drives on highways. It just does the job really well. The performance of this car is really nice. Let's go a little faster and check the body roll and the braking system. Alright, no noise, no nothing at all. The car comes to a stop very easily without any jerks. But when I take it off the speed breaker, the suspension is nice. The front suspension is really nice. I mean, the rear lags a little bit, just a little bit, 0.1 I would say. I would give it 9 out of 10. Let's speed up again. Alright, so there is very minimum roll. Okay, I'm gonna start talking about the driver's assist. First and foremost is lane keep assistant. I've tried it. Even if the Indian roads does not have particularly mentioned lanes, if you don't even see white lines, the car will tell you and it will assist you. It will give you a haptic notification. The steering wheel vibrates a little bit when you're out of your lane, which is pretty nice, right? Not so much for overtaking, but it is pretty good for novice drivers. And if you do not want to be extremely attentive, the car does most of the job for you, especially in the driver assist mode. You know, your lane keeping, your adaptive cruise control. I can set my cruise control to a distance. Also, I'll show you the braking system. If there is a car or a scooter in this case in front of me, it will show me the notification that collision is possible if I am too close to the vehicle. Alright, now let's look at the steering wheel. Let's take a U-turn. The steering wheel is very light and very easy. I must say, man, this car is an absolute pleasure to drive. It's very easy to drive. Although on higher speeds, I would need a stiffer steering wheel, but this is a family car. It's very good for 5 to 7 people. Comfortable drive, easy to drive. I've talked about the suspension. Let's talk about the body roll, and let's talk about cornering. I'm at a high speed. Let's check out body rolls. The car is stable. It's well planted. Vehicle overspeed warning over 120, which is good. The car beeps a lot, but it's good. All right, let's get back to my lane. Let's check the braking. Wow, I love it, man. Absolutely no body roll. Dave, what do you say at the back? Do you feel the car is rolling?
No, not at all.
Not at all? He likes it too. So the person who's sitting in the middle section is not rolling in the car, which is one of the major concerns in an SUV, right? Especially the XUV700. I wasn't a fan of it because the chassis wasn't the best, and in this one there is a huge change. It's a completely new chassis. Its build quality is top notch. I love it. Although 4-wheel option is available on demand, but I don't think in city and on potholes and even big speed breakers, especially for Indian roads, you don't really need that. The suspension does the job well enough. The tires take everything in their stride. So for big potholes, small potholes, bad traffic conditions, bad roads, everything is taken care of in this car. Driving is absolutely pleasurable. Now, what draws me the most towards this car is that this one has best-in-class safety features. I mean, seriously, this one has 7 airbags, latest generation electronic stability program, ADAS, which has so many safety features like front collision warning, automatic emergency braking, lane keep assist, lane departure warning, smart pilot assist, high beam assist, driver drowsiness detection. Like seriously, if the driver is not paying attention, this screen right here tells you what is your level, and maybe shows you like a coffee cup or something to refresh yourself so that you're safe on the road. Plus the 360-degree surround view system, the blind view monitoring, electronic parking brake, tire pressure monitoring system. I mean, this car is loaded with safety features. So it's awesome, I'm so excited. I can finally let my younger brother buy this car. This variant is available in 5 colors: midnight black, dazzling silver, red range, Everest white, electric blue. The XUV700 looks great, drives very easy, is loaded with tech features, very utilitarian, very functional. It has all the features that you would use on a daily basis, nothing too much, nothing extra. So many variant options to choose from. The price bracket is just appropriate for it as compared to the competition. It is value for money. So I don't really see a downside to this car, except for one little, and that is also because the car is so popular, making it worth the wait for you or not, I'm not sure, but the car has a waiting that starts from 2 months and goes all the way up to 1 year. Seriously, 1 year. I'm not sure if I would want to wait that long, but other than that, the car is an absolute delight. Everyone, welcome to Motor Ahead. Indian manufacturers are doing such an awesome job with motorcycles these days that people like us can do so much more on daily basis. Hero Xpulse 200 4V is a perfect example of such motorcycles. Hero Xpulse 200 has been in the market for quite some time, but Hero recently launched the 4-valve edition and it does get few upgrades. So basically in this video, I'm just gonna talk about the new upgrades that this fantastic motorcycle gets. The first and obvious is the new color scheme and the graphics. Now the graphics are much more personality appropriate and bolder. The size of the oil cooler is bigger. Now the customers had a few complaints about the brightness of the headlamps and the switches on the handlebars. So Hero did listen to them. The brightness has increased to 21% and there are new switch gears, which is obviously much better. Now the most essential change and upgrade that this motorcycle gets is the 4-valve. 4-valve means we have 2 extra valves. 2 extra valves means smaller valves, lighter valves, and lighter valves means that there is more motion and more ease. The engine is more breathable now. Now since the valves are lighter, the stress on the power drain is much less and the engine durability is much more. So this is the most important upgrade. So now this produces an extra bhp and newton meter than the previous outgoing 200 X Pulse. Now the numbers are not as important as the performance on this motorcycle, because the basic aim of getting this bike upgraded was the highway ride and city ride qualities, and this motorcycle can do off-roading like no other Indian bike can. Now the best part on this motorcycle was the chassis, the suspension and the tires, which Hero hasn't obviously touched. So it's a good thing that we have all the best parts of this motorcycle on it already. The suspension works great. The 21-inch alloy wheel in the front can obviously go over anything and everything. The rear wheel is 18 inches. It's a 90 section in the front and 120 section at the back, which means you can just take it anywhere, wherever you want it, on the road, off the road. Now this bike is a comfortable off-roader for sure. We all know about it. The position is very, very comfortable. You can sit on it for long rides. It's a lovely motorcycle to off-road. It has the clearance, balance, ease and the hardware to take on the rocks, gravel, grass and whatever may come on its way. In the front, it gets telescopic forks, 190mm travel, and at the rear it gets the monoshock. Though the bike has improved in the mid and higher rev range, the lower still works well on the trails. You can twist and turn in first gear without accelerating excessively. A fast trail or a slow rock crawl, the X Pulse can do anything and everything with so much ease. When it comes to braking as well, it's got pedal disc dial 276mm at the front and 220mm at the rear. So the strong points of X Pulse continue. The bike is so light, easy to turn around and balance. Seating is also upright, handlebars fall easily. It is just so comfortable, and every time you sit on a bike, you would want to go to an off-road track or get off the road and go do some trails. Now the engine sound and feels is very similar to the BS6 motor. There is obviously extra power, and shorter gearing means there is so much improvement in the performance. Now the big question is, does it perform better than the outgoing X Pulse on the highways as well? I would say yes, it does, and so much so because this bike, I did not expect it to take it over 100 kilometers at so much ease. On the highways, the bike can easily touch 100, 110, but to stay there, it's gonna take a little effort. You have to ride this bike really hard, and that's where all the fun is. Although it won't be very comfortable for very, very long rides or touring, etc., because you have to make an effort after it touches 100, and the sound from the engine doesn't get any easier. It's advisable to wear your earplugs. Having said that, this bike is an absolute delight in cities, because I remember I was at 100 in 5th gear and all of a sudden I had to brake. So at 60 I slowed down and I picked it up again in 5th gear, which was amazing without any hesitation from the gearbox or the engine, no noise, nothing at all, and I quickly caught up to 100. So that was very surprising. I was happy because I have not seen this kind of precision from any gearbox and shorter gearing in any of the Indian bikes so far. Now this bike is so much fun to ride and so easy to move around because it's lighter, it's 158 kgs. So obviously I would want to take it to the hills. Although the fuel tank is 13 litre and it's not the best in the section, and very, very long rides could be a little discomfort because after 100 kilometers you have to stretch and ride hard. The average on this bike, the company claims, is 44 to 45 kilometers per litre, but on the speedometer I saw somewhere around 27 kilometers. But then again, this is a media ride and we people tend to ride it really hard to get the best possible performance out of the bike. So it depends on how you ride. So I won't talk a lot about the mileage. It's very dependent on your riding style. On the highways, when you cross over 110 km/h, you can feel very slight vibrations on the foot peg and the handlebar. I haven't felt it so much on the tank yet, but there are little vibrations, although it doesn't leave you tingling for a very long time after that. The Hero Xpulse 200 4-valve is also available with a rally kit. I can't begin to imagine how much fun that is going to be. This bike comes in 3 colors, 2 paint schemes of white and blue and black and blue, and then the red again. So that is something that you might choose as an upgrade on the motorcycle, but this is as a stock bike as well. You can do a lot of things on this bike. Now, Hero Xpulse 200 4V is an all-rounder, I must say. You can do amazing city rides without any effort. The shorter gearing handles that. The highway rides are also much improved. It's much better. You can go up to 100, which is advisable. And the off-roading, I don't think there is a better Indian bike to do off-roading as much as this bike can. So I would say this is available at 1,30,000 rupees. So I really love this motorcycle. I think I can pick it up pretty soon.